absolute beauty of a track by Avalon Brown there in Essex. As always, okay.
My dear friends,
Next
I
is
know
I've
that the
wandered
world
Oasis.
outside
Done
can
that,
be
you know.
harsh
Bloody
and
shit out there.
unforgiving.
Don't do it, chaps.
But we
Stay at home.
have found a way to live in harmony with nature, to coexist with the trees and animals. We must protect ourselves from outsiders, but not with violence. No, we must remain calm and tranquil in the face of danger. Well, well, well. Look who's come to visit old Gordon. What brings you here, my friend?
I've seen far too much.
What, you never seen a walking, talking tree before? I thought it was all the rage these days. But in all seriousness, I'm a tree man, my friend. Some form of mutant. It's a long story, but I'm happy to tell you, if you're interested. May I inquire as to what has brought you to our humble settlement? That's very kind of you. But we're doing all right for the most part. We have enough food and water to get by, and we've even managed to build some defenses to keep the hooligans and mutants at bay. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but we're managing. Actually, now that you mention it, there is one thing you could help us with. We've been having some trouble with a group of dryads that have been harassing our followers on the road. If you could take care of them, we'd be very grateful. I have no idea why they've been getting so aggressive. They usually leave us be. Dryads are people infected by bug plants, those brown things. They release some form of toxic pollen particles that infect everyone and slowly turn them into dryads. It's horrible, friend. The process is slow and painful, but once fully transformed, the dryads become one with the forest. A dryad has a deep connection with nature and the ability to control and manipulate plant life. Not everyone infected by the bug plant becomes a dryad, though. Some simply die from the infection or become something else entirely. It's a strange and unpredictable process, but one that has been a part of the wasteland for as long as anyone can remember. Caused by that G.E.C.K explosion. Well, there are a few things you can do. First of all, just try to avoid areas where the bug plants live. They usually prefer damp and dark places, like tree canopies and underground tunnels. Secondly, wear a mask or cover your mouth and nose when you're in areas where the bug plants are active. And finally, if you suspect that you've been infected, seek medical attention immediately. There may not be a cure, but there are treatments that can slow down the progression of the infection and give you more time. I suppose you could say I'm a product of mutation and evolution. My body adapted to the radiation and the harsh conditions of the wasteland. And now I'm something new. Something different. May I inquire as to what has brought you to our humble settlement? That's very kind of you. But we're doing all right for the most part. We have enough food and water to get by, and we've even managed to build some defenses to keep the hooligans and mutants at bay. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but we're managing. Actually, now that you mention it, there is one thing you could help us with. We've been having some trouble with a group of dryads that have been harassing our followers on the road. If you could take care of them, we'd be very grateful. I have no idea why they've been getting so aggressive. They usually leave us be. They're a threat to the people living nearby. They attack anyone who comes near the airport, and they're getting bolder. We need to take them out before someone gets hurt. That's very kind of you. I appreciate your willingness to help, whether you agree with the mission or not. If you take care of these dryads, you'll make the area safer for everyone. Thank you for agreeing to help, my young friend. It's not every day that a stranger wishes to offer their assistance. May nature bless you.
Gordon's alive!
London Bridge is falling down, falling down. La la la, what a shoot! Guinness Book. Oh, look, another song about a bloke in love. Mate, just get yourself some of the old gluck and the rest, yeah? Anyway, here's the accident.
Welcome back, my friend. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Have you come back to bask in the glory of our humble settlement? I don't feel great about having to ask you to kill those dryads. They were just trying to protect their home. I hope this doesn't come back to haunt me later. Thank you, though. It's good news either way. We can't have them preying on our people like that. I must say, I am sad to see those dryads go. I always considered them like my kin. Aggressive kin, but kin. But I knew they had to be dealt with one day. But that's what troubles me. The aggression. They were never normally that bad. Something has changed. You see, there is a laboratory below our settlement, where I was mutated into this form. I fear that something has happened down there. Something that has caused the dryads to act out of character. May I ask for your help again, my friend? I need you to go down there and investigate. I apologize for the lengthy story I'm about to give, my friend. But I believe it's important to understand the history of our settlement and the events that have led up to the current situation. I was there when the issues started. My partner and I. We both worked for the Ministry of Information. We had agreed to work on a project designed to help the war effort. We had spent long hours in the lab with the sole goal of trying to reverse engineer a Garden of Eden creation kit that the government had found, confiscated from the Americans. We worked together in the lab for years, experimenting with the Garden of Eden creation kit. We were so close. Not just as colleagues, but as partners, in every sense of the word. But then, the unthinkable happened. The project went terribly wrong. and the kit exploded. I was turned into a tree, and my love, he didn't make it. I miss him so much. Every day, I feel like a part of me is missing. But I know he would want me to carry on, to keep living, and to keep fighting for what we believed in. That's why I need your help to uncover the truth about what really happened in that lab. While I don't think that my partner's death and the explosion are what is causing the dryads to turn more hostile, something has clearly changed in their environment. And since I believe the lab is the cause of it, it's the most logical place to start. I'll do whatever it takes to find out, to get to the bottom of this, and find out what really happened. It's a device used to create a lush and fertile environment, capable of sustaining plant and animal life, even in the harshest of conditions. Unfortunately, it can also be extremely dangerous if used improperly. The lab is located deep in the forest, near the old abandoned ruins. Be careful. The area is heavily irradiated. I need you to go to the lab and see if you can find any clues as to what's causing the dryads to get so aggressive. I fear the worst. Anything you need to know, I will answer. It was a terrible day. My partner and I were working in the lab, trying to reverse engineer the G.E.C.K. We knew the risks, but we believed that the potential benefits were worth it. The G.E.C.K was unstable, and we knew that there was a chance that something bad could happen. But we never expected it to be as catastrophic as it was. Yes. It was a tragic event. My partner and I were working on reverse engineering the G.E.C.K when something went terribly wrong. There was an unexpected reaction, and the device suddenly became more unstable. It was a massive explosion. The entire lab was destroyed, and my partner was caught in the blast. I was able to escape, but I was badly injured. I've been living as a tree ever since. It's possible that it was destroyed in the explosion, but it's also possible that someone took it. If you come across any information about the G.E.C.K, please let me know. It was a difficult time for both of us, but being able to work together made it a little easier. We were both passionate about our work, but as we spent more time together, I couldn't help but feel drawn to him. At first, I didn't know what it was. But then, one day, we were sitting together, and I felt this warmth in my chest. It was like nothing I had ever experienced before. I knew then that I was in love with him. But we kept our relationship hidden, of course. Smythe would have never allowed it. And not because of anything untoward, but just because their love was their work, and they felt we should be the same. But we were happy together, at least for a while. I'm sorry to say, but there's no cure for what happened to me. The transformation is irreversible. Well, there are certain remedies that can help ease the physical discomforts of being a tree man. But they're only temporary measures. As for slowing down the process, there's no surefire way to do that either. It's just something I've learned to live with, as best I can. my friend. It would mean a lot to me to finally have some closure on this matter. Great news. Thank you for your assistance, young one.
As a member of the team, where did you
There you are. We've been looking for you. Remember me? Remember us? We're the ones who you left behind. You destroyed our homes, and no one is the wiser. No one knows but us. That's it. Die.
let me show you?
You return again. Ah, yes. I'm afraid I forgot to mention that. The door to the lab requires a handprint to open, and unfortunately, my hand can no longer be read by the scanner. Smythe and some of the other workers had clearance. They're no longer around. I'm the only one left who knows how to get inside. I'm afraid not. The scanner is designed to only recognize specific handprints. We'll need to find a way to get a handprint from someone with clearance to open the door. Well, all of the scientists, as well as the director, Smythe, did. Maybe try to find him? I have no idea how they're still alive after all this time. But I've heard rumors that they're still skulking about. But if not them, we'll have to find someone who has the right permissions to open the door. The only people who would have those permissions would be Smythe, or one of the other workers who were involved in the project. But I'm pretty sure they all got vaporized. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from Smythe since the incident. I just hear rumors they're somehow still alive. I'm fairly sure none of the other workers are still alive, though. It's more than possible that they were killed in the explosion. Really? That's unexpected. How is that possible? I see. Well, that's certainly interesting. I have a few theories about what might be happening, but for now, let's focus on getting inside the bunker. When I was turned into a tree, my body changed so much that the scanner no longer recognizes me as human. It requires a handprint from someone with the right permissions. And as far as I know, I'm the last one who could open it. I'm afraid I can't go with you. You see, the lab was designed for humans, and I'm much too large to fit through most of the doors. I could try to force my way in, but that would likely cause a lot of damage, and we would draw attention to ourselves. I'm afraid I can't go with you. You see, the lab was designed for humans, and I'm much too large to fit through most of the doors. I could try to force my way in, but that would likely cause a lot of damage, and we would draw attention to ourselves. That's not a good idea either. Every time I've spent long periods of time close to the bunker door before, I've mutated more. I'm afraid that if I go too close this time, I may turn into a static tree. And while being a moving tree isn't preferable, at least I can move. Yes, be careful. We don't know what kind of dangers might be waiting for you inside. The lab was working on some very advanced technology, and it's possible that some of it could have survived the explosion. Keep your wits about you, and watch your back.
Commencing scan. Door unlocking. Scanning complete.
I do believe I've lost track of up and down. successful violent interaction. Love to interrupt your regularly scheduled wandering. Keep an eye out. Face thy end.
Hello there, traveler. I sense that you have come seeking answers. I've always wanted to be a superhero, but being a tree wasn't quite the power up I was hoping for. Gordon's alive! I have spent many years in this state, unable to move or communicate with anyone, until you found me. It has been a lonely existence, but I have always held on to the hope that one day Gordon would come and find me. Are you saying that is actually possible? Love is a powerful force that connects us to one another. It is what gives our lives meaning and purpose. Without love, we would be lost, wandering aimlessly through this world. Love brings us joy, happiness, and fulfillment. It is the foundation of all human relationships. A signal alarm came through the pindar from another when a self-destruction alert was triggered. It caused the local security system here to go on high alert and interrupted the synapse between the dryads and myself. As you can see, I've become a synapse tree due to the G.E.C.K growing out of me. Much like how I am now one with the G.E.C.K, it seems I've also become one with the dryads. The fix to their agitation is so easy. A simple flipped switch will cease the alarm. Then we can all return to the peace from which we came. Good. I can see why Gordon invested so much trust in you. It will be a long time before I can properly reconnect my synapse and aid in the restoration of peace with the dryads. However, we are on the right path, and with patience and determination, we will achieve it. I know that Gordon is out there somewhere, and I am grateful that you have found him. Please, tell him that I love him, and that I will always be with him, even in this form. If Gordon is alive, I can only assume that he shares my fate. I understand now why he never came to look for me. I can control the power of the G.E.C.K. Now I know he exists. I can delay its power so he may visit. Please, tell him this. Until we meet again, be safe and journey on. Remember, traveler, that everything in this world is connected. We are all part of a greater whole, and our actions have consequences that ripple through the universe. Choose your path carefully, and always strive to do what is right.
Good God! What are you doing?
managed to open that door? I've been trying for years. Did you discover the cause of the Dryad's aggression? Are you serious? Synapse tree? Is that how the Dryads work? Wait, what aren't you telling me? Are you saying he's alive and like me? I mean, that's a terrible joke, but I suppose we can use a little levity in these dark times. Where is he? I'm amazed he's alive after so many years. But how can he be like a normal tree? Static? What happened to him? I thought he was dead all this time. I never knew he was trapped in that form. I'm in shock, friend. I've been searching for him for so long. I don't care what he's become. He's still my partner. But a tree, that's unexpected. I never thought it was possible for anyone else to be like me. But to be static and unable to move. Still, he's alive, and that's all that matters. Thank you for finding him. You have done me a great service. I must see him, even if it means risking my own mutation. I'll figure out a way to get in the lab. Come back in a few days. I need to prepare to see him. I will have something for you as well. Thank you for helping me solve the cause of the Dryad crisis. And obviously, thank you for helping me find my partner. I am forever grateful for your help. As a token of my appreciation, I would like to offer you a reward. Something very close to my heart. Since you have proven yourself to be a valuable asset, and I believe you can help us in many ways, I would like to invite you to stay with us and become a head druid. We could use someone with your skills to help us run the settlement. Before you speak, just know that you have shown great loyalty and dedication to our cause, and I believe you would make an excellent addition to our group. We will be here whenever you wish to visit. And don't forget, you will always be welcome here, even if you don't decide to stay. But the workbench is now forever yours to work with. Attention, everyone. I have an important announcement to make. As you all know, we have been searching for my partner for a very long time. Thanks to the efforts of our friend here, we have found him. But this discovery changes things. I need to spend more time with him, and cannot focus on running the settlement alone anymore. But fear not, I have found a solution. Our friend has proven themselves to be a capable and trustworthy individual, and I have asked them to help me run the settlement as a head druid alongside me. They will have the same authority as I do, and I ask that you all look up to them as you do me. I understand that this may be a big change for some of you, but I assure you that this is for the betterment of our community. And with their help, I am confident that we can continue to thrive and grow as a settlement. Thank you all for your attention, and please welcome the new head druid. Gather around, everyone. It's time for our daily prayer. Let us all join hands and come together in harmony. Dear Mother Nature, We thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon us. We thank you for the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the earth beneath our feet. We pray that you continue to guide us on our path and give us the strength and wisdom to live in harmony with you and all living creatures. Thank you all for joining me in prayer. Let us continue to work together to protect and preserve our beloved wilderness. You have returned to quiz me more. Let's hear it then. Ah yes, my little fan club. Well, it's not that I set out to be a god or anything like that. I think it's just that people in London are so lost and desperate for guidance and security that they're drawn to anyone or anything that seems different or powerful. And let's face it, I'm definitely different. Being a tree tends to get people's attention. Honestly, it's a bit uncomfortable for me. I never wanted to be worshipped or put on a pedestal. I'm just a mutant, like any other, trying to make my way in the world. But at the same time, I feel that I have a responsibility to protect people and use my mutation for good. So it all works out in the end, I suppose. Oh, you're barking up the right tree with that one, my friend. What did the Malus Domestica say to the Dennis Pinus? Well, I'm happy to be the apple of your eye, because I can see you're really pining for me. Goodbye, and may the trees protect you.